back of the head, back of the neck, and it makes a lot of sense not to put him in any more danger. Rich Powers had the default to Matt Johnson. Now that's 4 straight victories for the red team, although we're not keeping a team score.
Maybe they'll settle it next Sunday then.
Well, I think they'll have to. 190 pounds here. We go to Randy Couture of Oklahoma State for the red team, and Travis Fiser of the Iowa Hawkeyes in the blue.
Center, working loud.
Number 1 against number 2 again. How many times? 8 times out of 10 in this meet. Number 1 ranked man goes against number 2.
Fiser finished 6th at the NCAA championship last year.
And in fact, the number 1 man beat the number 2 every time until we got to 167, and Steve Hamilton was the winner over Charlie Jones, and then Matt Johnson wins by default at 177.
A couple of wrestlers right here that have just improved their lot through experience, hard work. Couture, of course, we mentioned earlier, coming off military experience and service, and is 28 years old now. It's very seldom that you see 2 wrestlers of this high a caliber like Charlie Jones and Couture that old into the collegiate level.
Fiser on the edge brings Couture back.
Fiser, of course, very unheralded when he came in to the Iowa Hawkeye room a couple of years ago after wrestling for Kirkwood Community College, and he's just worked himself into the lineup and became an All-American last year, and now ranked number 2.
And he has that sense about himself now that if you just stay at it, stay at it, stay at it, stay at it, you're not out of there.
Well, it's real important for somebody like
Try to score now.
Fiser, because he's not extremely gifted like some of the other wrestlers in natural talent. It's hard work, and like you said, just staying at it, and it's much more important for someone that
he believes in himself.
That's right.
Work in.
Randy Couture.
Work in, gentlemen.
Slightly taller of the 2 in this 190-pound class.
What Couture has done so much, has improved on the last couple of years, is protecting his legs, because he comes from a Greco-Roman background, and you can't get your legs attacked in that international style. And he really was susceptible to a leg attack a couple of years ago, but he has turned himself into a good intercollegiate wrestler by a lot of hard work and work in the room with the likes of Kenny Mundy, and probably wrestles a lot with old Kirk Mammon, their heavyweight.
They met once before this year at in the finals of the Las Vegas Open in December, and it was an overtime victory for Couture. But again, Travis Fiser served notice there that his All-American status last year was not a fluke. He was back this year even better than last year. We've used all 3 minutes of the first period.
You know, besides the NWCA, I think another avenue for, there's Ron Good, Amateur Wrestling News. And what I was going to say is there's another avenue, the voice of America's wrestling coaches and wrestling in general. He does a tremendous job, and I just want to pay tribute to Ron Good, John Hope, all those people at the Amateur Wrestling News, because without them, wrestling wouldn't be what it is today.
Fiser starts on the bottom, and he's out immediately. Leads 1-0. As the crowd, the partisan crowd, used only about half a minute here in the second period.
Try to score, gentlemen. Let's go.
Snap.
They're locking horns.
Oh, nice shot. Straight forward.
Gotta work.
Back to the center. They've used only about half a minute here in the second period.
Try to score, gentlemen. Let's go.
Snap.
They're locking horns.
Oh, nice shot. Straight forward. He needs to know where he's at right here. Pull back in. Fiser working very, very hard to pull.
He's wrestling.
Couture back in, trying to get both legs while keeping his feet in bounds so he can get 2 points. Oh, nice job. A takedown for Fiser.
Very hard work on the edge.
Well, most importantly, he's got the crowd behind him now. He was able to get to his feet, adjust, drop back down on the hips, and get the 2 points. But now he brought the crowd into it, much to his advantage.
This is important too for rankings and all that kind of stuff.
Neutral.
But Couture, who's ranked #1, not for naught, not for any silly reason at all, now realizes he's got to go to work. He's down 3-1 against this upstart Hawkeye who's been so much an object of admiration around the wrestling world for the way he's come in the last year, Travis Fiser. 3-1 is the lead for Fiser with 18 seconds to go in the second period.
Mike Curley, report to the blue bench, please. Mike Curley.
Fiser on the heel pick again. Big crowd here at the end of the second period, applauding its hero, Travis Fiser. There's the attendance at this National Wrestling Coaches All-Star Meet, 8,849 in Carver Hawkeye Arena.
Well, a tribute to the efforts of the University of Iowa
Set it up now.
promotions and to get such a nice crowd. And then we got a break in the weather, too.
And we got some pretty good meets. Matches, too. Numbers 1 against 2 in 8 cases. Now, Couture is out, and it's 3-2, so we go back on the feet again, and this is where they're going to have to settle it. Fiser has 1 takedown. Couture has not been able, mainly because he's been back on his heels to attack Fiser. Fiser has been the aggressor.
In the middle, let's go.
And leads 3-2. Two-on-one tie-up by Couture from the outside. Now, it's moves like that Fiser's been making, whether he scores or not with him.
Well, they're going to keep him in the match right now because he doesn't have any stall warnings against him, right?
Right.
And he's got a point lead right now. He's in a good situation. He can protect his lead, to stay in good position until the referee calls a warning on him. And yet, see, those shots like that, you're not going to get warned. He's doing a nice job. This is very good tactical wrestling. He's pushing Couture to the outside. He's shooting on the edge. He just made Couture get called for stalling.
Couture was warned for jumping back.
That's heads-up wrestling.
Fiser got his takedown on the edge of the mat. There's Dan Gable, the unofficial coach in this All-Star meet.
See, what Fiser's going to do now is just push, 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 because the next time it's 1 point for him if he can get Couture charged for a stalling call, and he just needs to work inside, pummel, push to the outside. Now, Couture obviously has to get out of this rut, get in on a single or double, and work to a takedown to his advantage. But he has not been able to penetrate Fiser.
He made one long outside shot there, but it had no chance of scoring. We're down to 25 seconds to go, and Fiser continues to be right where he wants to be.
You said it, Doug. Right there, he's where he wants to be. Pushing to the outside, protecting good shape. Elbows in.
10 seconds to go. There's a warning against Fiser.
Well, he can afford to take it. He's just won this match.
Double underhook, and he wins. 3-2 for Fiser.
Talk about an important seeding match.
See that. Travis Fiser, ranked number 2, just beats the number 1 ranked man, Randy Couture. And of the All-Star meet, the Iowa fight song, Carver Hawkeye Arena.
Yeah, they can sit back and watch it. Here's Gable's reaction right there. He says, "Let's go, crowd. That was a great win for us."
Yeah, that's a young man I'm sure that Dan is very proud of, Travis Fiser, who's done so much in the last couple of years. Now we're going to Oklahoma State again at the heavyweight.